There are children's films that are meant for only children, but there are also others that work well for adults as well. Shrek would be a good example of this. I thought the first Bad Guys was a little fun romp that had enough entertainment for both children and adults. Now we have a sequel to that film. Dreamworks has been making some pretty good pictures as of late, so let's see how this one is. The story is about the bad guys living the straight life after the events of the first film. It catches you up fast on what happened last time, so it isn't required knowledge to have watched the first film. You can go into the sequel cold and be just fine. The opening 10 minutes of the film show how they got that cool car they always drive around, as well as Webbs being a rookie in the group. It's a pretty decent flashback sequence to show how they all came together. Fast forward to the present day, and all of them are having issues finding a job because of their past. When a new thief named the Phantom Bandit begins causing mayhem around the city, Wolf and his group decide to team up with the captain of the police from the last film, or rather now a commissioner, will be the best way for society to accept they are now good guys. The animation is better this time around than it was in the previous picture. It just seems to flow better and everyone has more versatility to their facial expressions. There's a wild car chase that shows how much I believe the animation has improved. Snake has a new girlfriend in this movie. He's living the vibing hippie lifestyle, working on his abs a lot, and drinking those health drinks that I can't stand personally. The relationships between the 5 characters is severely downplayed this time though, and that's unfortunate. The focus is on the relationship between Wolf and the mayor, kind of a will they, won't they kind of thing. Most of the movie is about the capers, and all the clever things all the heroes get up to during those capers. The villain from the first film is sort of back, but he serves no real purpose to the story except to have a, I think, pseudo Hannibal Lecter joke in it. I don't know, it seems all of the relationships are left by the wayside except Snake's relationship with his new girlfriend and the villain. And I think the villain in this picture is kind of weak. It just ends up boiling down to typical heist cliches of one more job and a strange extra heist involving a wedding which, while funny, seemed to only be there to pad out the runtime of the film. I do like this movie though, but I don't think it's as carefree as the original one was. Many of the same gags are around, such as Piranha's farting when he's nervous, and he and Snake are in a situation where they are surrounded by it in a suit, and that joke for me went on for far too long, and ended up not being funny after the first 30 seconds of the joke, because we've seen it so many times now. I do like, however, that the item everyone is looking for in this movie is called a MacGuffinite. That is plain hilarious if you know what a MacGuffin is. Just ask Alfred Hitchcock. He's the one who coined the term. I also really like the police chief this time around, or rather commissioner. There's a running gag about that as well. She has much more to do and is really funny with everything that she does in the film. I also think that the secret identity of the mayor is only utilized as a plot device to get Wolf involved into the adventures. It's supposed to be this big secret like was told in the last film, but it doesn't mix in with the story well, and the resolution of that felt fast and inconsequential to the overall narrative, I think. It isn't all negative though. There is a hilarious scene at a wedding that, while it may have padded out the runtime, the way the gang pulls off the caper is extremely funny. Stick around past the credits. There's a mid-credits scene that sets up more adventures from this group, so we are likely getting a 3rd film in this series, probably in the near future. Overall, I think this is a decent sequel to the original with great animation, fun energy, and some really good set pieces. I just feel it's let down on relationship building and character building, a weak villain, and some characters that only seem to be there to remind you that they exist. I do slightly recommend this film though. I feel it could be worth a matinee and definitely worth a stream. I just wish it could have expanded the world more instead of making it more capers that, while fun to watch in the moment, are still set pieces that I have seen hundreds of times before, even in children's pictures. I give the Bad Guys 2 a marginal 3 stars out of 4. It is fun for what it is, and kids will probably like its high energy. I just wanted it to have a better balance for kids and adults like the last one did, but maybe that's just my personal preference. And that is my review. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please like and subscribe. Here's links to my other videos. Follow me on social media if you like. And until next time, I am Ghost.